I'm Anita of My Duke and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a marvelous day. And if you're seeing the show for the very first time, be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, today's March 17, and Harry is going up against the Mail today for the libel case when the Mail wrote an article claiming that Harry lied to the public and that he didn't. And that is libel. When you write something about somebody that is not true, they can literally take you to court for that. And what they wrote in the article was, it made it look like Harry was lying to the public about the fact that he was not getting, the security from the Met Police, even though he wanted to pay the Met Police to provide security when he's in England. So, knowing the Daily Mail, they always, twist things and write, the opposite of what you're trying to convey. So here Harry is taking them to task, and I'm just loving Harry for all of it. There's 3 cases coming up, and Harry is not settling with anybody. He is taking them to task. He wants to put them on the world stage. He wants to prove his point. He wants to show what liars they are and how they go about obtaining information in an illegal means with the other cases that are coming up, I think May 9th and one on March 27th. So those were those are 2 cases where newspapers obtain information about Harry in an illegal way, whether it's through tapping his phone, whether it's through obtaining information that's personal to him in an illegal way. So he's taking them to task. So here he is. Sorry. Today, the Mail is, providing their defense. Sorry, I have a little frog in my throat. Providing their defense today. And we're gonna, we're keeping our fingers crossed. We're praying for Harry that he wins his case, because, the only way you can hurt people in life, especially in businesses, is to hit them at the bottom line where it hurts, which is in their pocket. So the more money that Harry can get and the more shame and making them apologize is the better for, the greater good of everybody else, because when they do things like this, they will think twice. Secondly, if they have a reputation like this, when the next situation comes up, somebody sues them, the judge can look at this and say there's a pattern here and they're not learning from their mistake, and most likely throwing the book at them, meaning that charging them or asking them to pay an exorbitant amount of money. So hopefully they learn from from what they're doing. But based on what I have noticed over the years, I don't think that fail is ever going to learn, because they keep repeating the same thing over and over and over, which is the definition of insanity. If you're repeating the same thing over and over and you're getting the same result, meaning that you're getting the same unwanted result, people are suing you left, right, and center, and you keep doing the same thing, it is the definition of insanity. That's what I'm trying to say. So, speaking of lawsuit, the crazy Samantha Markle, which I do not like to talk about because the woman is just an attention grabber. She wants relevance. She's trying to ride, or appears to be trying to ride, off the wave of, Meghan's popularity. What she is asking the judge, or had asked the judge to, is to depose 16 individual for her case against Meghan, saying that Meghan had humiliated her on a public world stage when she did her interview with Oprah. Meghan had stated in her interview that she felt like she was an only child. That's a feeling, that's an opinion of her. So Samantha Markle decided that that didn't sit well with her, so she won. So now she's saying that Meghan has humiliated her, and I think in Omid's book with Caroline, there was something written there saying that, or there was a chapter where it had Samantha, losing her 3 children, which is a fact, and had them with three different men. So there were, that was a description that Omid and Caroline was given in the book. So she is claiming that, Omid wrote this book and this chapter, was devoted to her, and it's a result of Meghan. That's what she's saying. So she wants the court to depose Jason Nuff, who was involved with the, that case in the United Kingdom with Meghan, that the letter that Meghan wrote to her father, and the Mail had published it. So Meghan sued the Mail, and one of the people and them that came in the defense of the Mail was Jason Nuff, an ex-employee. Can you believe that? An ex-employee of Meghan and Harry. And at that time he was working for Snake William and Kate. So I strongly believe that William and Kate put him up to it. He said he acted on his own, but I don't believe it for 1 second that Jason Nuff acted on his own. I believe that he was pushed by William and Kate to go and provide evidence for a case that he had no business in. So there it is, I said it. So anyway, Samantha Markle wants to depose Jason Nuff. She wants to depose Harry. She wants Harry to testify against Meghan. She wants to depose Meghan. She wants to depose Ashley, that is Meghan's niece, that is her daughter. She wants to depose her. She wants to depose Christopher Bowsey and Thomas Markle himself. It's just crazy. She's suing for $75,000. The woman is desperate. I don't even think it's the money at this point, although she needs it, because I think, or what I have seen, or what has been reported, is that she lives in, this little trailer house or something in Florida. But she probably needs the money, yes. And what I think is that also, based on all the reporting out there, it looks like it's for fame, just to be relevant and, to be a thorn on Meghan's side. That's what she has done throughout, ever since Meghan married Prince Harry. The woman is a thirst bucket. That's just what it is, plain and simple. So anyways, with that case, I think they were supposed to get all their preliminary work done by April 3rd. And so, which means that Meghan, she put the burden on Meghan to get all of these witnesses together. She put it on Meghan's lawyer to get these witnesses together, because she couldn't get them together and her lawyer couldn't get them together. So anyways, they had to do all of the preliminary work by April 3rd. So it just so happened that the judge had, pushed back the case to, I think it's going to be July 3rd or 6th, somewhere about there. And so apparently Meghan's lawyer was was conferring with Samantha's lawyer, and I think that was put forward to the judge, and since there's a conversation already going and the case was pushed back, so they denied Samantha the deposition of these individuals. So now, if she wants now, she can refile again to have the deposition for whatever date she wants. I don't know. But the judge has pushed back the case to the 6th. The lawyers of Meghan's lawyer and Samantha Markle, it's some type of conference, trying to decide whatever they have to do. But for the most part, Meghan decided that Meghan and her lawyer has claimed that this is a frivolous case that should be thrown out. The judge herself is confused by the case. She's trying to figure out what is the merit of the case. But anyway, this is the American legal system, and it's going to maybe go through, we don't know, but it has to be played out in court, and then eventually a decision has to be made whether it's going to get thoroughly tossed out or the hearing is going to continue. We don't know. But Meghan had a win, and her lawyer had a win against Samantha Markle yesterday. So that's it there. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is Chucky, the condemnation that is in that is going on in the United Kingdom, literally conning a whole nation. If you guys are getting my drift, or those of you who are listening to me for the first time. But anyways, for the longest time, Canada had not, put out any information as to how they were going to celebrate the coronation of Charles. Everybody knows, or most people know, that Canada is a sovereign state of the United Kingdom. So right now, I think it's yesterday, they said they were going to celebrate the coronation. They didn't really provide, explicit details, but they did talk about the 3 days that Chucky was going to have his extravaganza. So they did, say that it would be recognized. Some people are going to go over there from the Privy Council and what have you on May 6th. And but what they haven't said yet is whether those days are going to, I think it's the Monday, the bank day, or the bank holiday over in the United Kingdom, if that is going to be translated in Canada as well. So I'm starting to think that the people in them really don't really care about that coronation that much. But one of the things that I saw, particularly two polls, one of them stated that, let me just get those numbers. The two polls said, yes, the two polls, one of them stated that 56% of Canadians said that they should reconsider the, the relationship with the monarchy, of they being a head of state. The United Kingdom, the monarchy being the head of state, they should reconsider that decision. And it's 56% of people are saying that in Canada. Now, those different provinces have different numbers as well. 71% of people from Quebec are saying they should definitely reconsider those relationships that they have with the United Kingdom. And Ontario, 53%, and British Columbia said, British Columbia, it was 52%. So the people in them are thinking, and they really don't understand or don't think that a head of state all the way in the United Kingdom is necessary. So you can see that a lot of people are moving away, or want to move away from the United Kingdom. You could, when Kate and William went down to Jamaica, the same thing that the Jamaica Prime Minister said. Definitely they're moving on. They went to Antigua. Antigua is talking about doing a referendum. Gaston Brown, which is their Prime Minister, said he's looking into that for Antigua. And, everywhere they're going, they're hearing the same sentiment. So I don't think that, people want to be ruled by some, removed island somewhere far away that is not directly connected to them, and we all know that the United Kingdom is not a great supporter of its sovereign state. They do absolutely nothing. So those were the numbers that were given from Canada. The next thing that, and then it's just polls upon polls upon polls, but there was another poll that was taken, and there was a huge percentage of a huge favorable percentage for the Queen. Everybody loved the Queen. And then when the Queen passed and Charles took over, the numbers were high for Charles. But ever since, as time goes by, people are saying that he's not a good leader. They're saying that, they'd rather have William than Charles as, as their king. So they really, and I think it's a sour taste because of the way that Charles treated Diana also too. So that, and his, temperament, the way that he behaved during the, the few days that the Queen passed, people got to see him on the world stage, plus Harry and Meghan writing, we're not writing, Harry writing his book and Meghan's docu-series. We got to see really how the royal family members are. So all of those things have put a sour taste in people's, mouth, and, they're really asking, do we really need a monarchy in this day and age? And if you are to ask me right now, I would say no. I would say I believe in people working hard. I believe in capitalism. I believe that you work hard, you get paid for your hard work. You work hard, you get rewarded. I don't believe somebody should just come in, buy a birthright, and just decide that, you know what, I'm it for you, and you have to deal with me because my birthright says that. I just don't believe in any of that. And you know, even within that poll, Meghan and Harry scored really high. Seven, and one of the things is that the United Kingdom never ever, those media reporters over there, the press in the United Kingdom, they never ever talk about the polls that Harry and Meghan is doing great in. They always talk about their bias polls over there in the United Kingdom that wants to put Harry and Meghan down or to make them look like they're out of favor with the public. But Harry and Meghan scored a 7. They scored the highest out of all the members of the royal family in Canada with a 70% approval rate, the likeness of them. So and on the Wales and them scored a 54%. So their numbers all went down. But really, everybody knows it. The person that, you know, people are really and truly in love with throughout the world is Harry. And after Harry is Meghan. So, and, you know, they come together, as Meghan said, salt and pepper. So that is the couple. The Sussexes are the ones that, you know, people really admire and like throughout the world, but the British press doesn't want to tell us that. I'm speaking very fast because I have to go to work. So yes, so those are the information that I've gathered throughout the last couple of days. Also, to another thing too that I think that makes us see that more and more people want to separate from the monarchy or don't believe in the, you know, in what the monarchy stand for, is that you look at Australia. They had a $5 banknote, and they literally, when they literally took the Queen's face, you know, image of it, and what they've put now is something that is, you know, relevant in their country. I think they put some native Indian or you know, indigenous people on their $5 banknote, and not Charles. So you can see there, you know, is, you know, little by little they're moving away or doing things that is not in line with this British monarchy. So, and you know, there was also another report, speaking about bank notes, there was also another report that came from, I think, this man Timothy Antoine, the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. And what he said is that there was no appetite in the region, in the Caribbean, to feature Charles's likeness on their money. Right now, I was in the Caribbean. I have some money that has, let me just get it. I have my bag right here. I have some money that has the, yeah, so I have some money that has the Queen's, yeah, so here's my, yes, I came back with these, and this is what the Queen is on the $100 bill. She's on all the notes in the Caribbean. Here she is on a $5 note, and here she is on the $100 note. So she's on all of the money in the Caribbean, even the coins. And so they said they have no appetite to put Charles on their currency, their paper currencies, and what they will do in the future, because I think those notes have to be in circulation for another 4 years. So after these notes they come out of circulation, after the 4 years pass, they're going to put their people who have made significant contributions in the Caribbean, they're going to put them on their banknotes instead, as opposed to Charles. So Charles is losing favor in a lot of the Commonwealth nations, as well as their sovereign states, because people are waking up and realizing they're getting nothing from this monarchy. They're getting nothing from the United Kingdom. And, you know, there is no need to have somebody outside making decisions about what is happening in their country. They're there. They have their heroes in their country, and they would like to use those heroes on their money, as opposed to somebody that hasn't really done anything, just living on the high hogs because of, you know, who birthed them. So there you go. So it's just very interesting with what is going on. And so that was the repeat. Another reporting also that I saw recently that sort of like confirmed something to me. Every time, like for example, the wax images of Kate and William that's out there, it is the most ridiculous looking wax images that I have ever seen. They're hideous. And people were making jokes about, these wax images, and we don't see any of that on television. The press does not report it. It's suppressed in the press, but let somebody say something about Harry and Meghan, and you just keep hearing about it from left, right, and center. All they're talking about is, SNL, made this joke or that joke about Harry and Meghan, but it's a double standard when it comes to, members of the royal family. What they're saying about them, the fun they're making, with them, or the jokes that they're making about them, it's never reported. It's never reported in the press. But Harry and Meghan, it's just, on repeat, literally on repeat. Somebody make a joke about them, it's just on repeat. And those jokes are not even funny. The joke that SNL made with Meghan in a maid clothes, I just think it was rude, disrespectful, and putting Meghan and putting people of color and women back in, a bygone era. Why are you putting her in a maid serving the members, serving a member of the royal family? It's just so ridiculous. It's not funny. It is racist, literally, if you ask me. It is sexist and it is racist. That's all I have to say. Guys, I just talked a whole lot. Oh, one more thing I just remember. So I saw on Twitter that the fandom appears to be raising goods for Harvest Home, that last charity organization that Meghan and Archer Foundation went to, where homeless pregnant women are taken in by this organization. They give them education, mental health, treatment, and just sort of give them a holistic way of living, or a holistic education, so that they can function in society with their child once they leave that center. So they're raising, I think, products for I think it's the nursery, the pop-up nursery that Meghan and the Harvest Home was involved with on International Women's Day. So there is a store on Amazon, or a registry on Amazon, that if you want to contribute to, that nursery, that is it the nursery, is the pop-up nursery, or the pop-up store? I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but if you want to contribute to Harvest Home, there's a registry on Amazon. You can look up the registry, and you could donate things. So, and it's going for a good cause. It's going for young girls that are pregnant and homeless. I know how hard it is. I had 4 children of my own, and I know how hard it is to be a mom, and and to have nowhere to stay, and to be going through hardship. So if you can, go ahead and help. I will be doing my own donation myself. So that's it for now. I have to go to work. I spoke so fast. I am sorry, people. I was just going on and on and on. But anyways, that's all for now. Take care.